I'm starting the stream. Can you mute that, dude? I have to mute you. If you don't turn off that music right now, I have to mute you, dude. Really, dude? Just put in your earbuds. Oh, you're muted then. Bye-bye, you're muted. I have a way to fix this, actually.
All right, server's loaded up. I suppose you got it from here. Oh, and don't blow up.
Don't worry, I passed my driving test with flying colours.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
This will do. Remain in the area until I've downloaded enough data to the server.
I'm gonna try muting him. Are you done playing music?
Download complete. I need a wider sample of data, so I'm pushing you the coordinates to a new location.
Well, just hit me up with the text when you're done.
This is brilliant. Look at this. It's compiling data from the surveillance infrastructure. Nearby CTOS drones, civilian optics, CCTV, and then it assembles those scraps into what happened in this location 24 hours ago. Fantastic.
CTOS-AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
All right, scraping data from optics, CTOS cameras, microphones, laptops. Say, do you reckon SRS uses this to watch people shag? Fucking hell, do they use it for anything but watching people shag?
Bagley, we have company.
Well, shit, can you do anything to lose your new friends? Maybe invite them to a pottery night or overshare something personal. Whatever you do, just get to the last location in one piece.
Jesus. All right, fine.
Transfer complete. I'm missing one last data set. Pushing you the coordinates to the location now.
CTOS-AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
To the suspect. Immobilizing the suspect.
Help bags, they're still on me.
Don't let the drones destroy the server before I'm done. Get out of the lorry and take care of them. Shoot them, throw rocks at them, destroy them psychologically with cyberbullying. Just keep them busy until the transfer's complete. All right, I've got it. Now, we can't lug around this server forever. We should probably wipe our prints off it anyway.
Go on.
I'll overload the CPUs to cause a power spike and destroy the battery unit. The electromagnetic pulse should destroy both the server and the drones. So, you know, run! was fun, wasn't it? We pulled off a heist, made life a bit harder for the tyrants of the world, and most importantly, I got a new toy to play with. Now, run along back to the safe house. Sabine wants you and your new teammates for a briefing.
I'm gonna try muting him again. You done yet? Yo. What you doing, man?
Well done, team. It's good to see the safe house filling up again. The only way we're going to keep London from falling into total oppression is by rebuilding the resistance. We need to recruit, train, build back our arsenal. The people are itching to rise up and take their city back. We just need to show them that DedSec are fighting along with them.
I'm in. I want to take on the profiteers exploiting London for their own gain.
I'm sure Albion's turning a tidy profit. Those cunts are treating London like a hostile takeover.
Meanwhile, Clan Kelly has risen to the top like rotten cream. They need to be brought down.
Fair, but remember that this zero-day hacker group is still out there. They took out DedSec once, and it's a good bet they'll try again. I believe they were responsible for the bombings and framed DedSec. With your help, I plan to get to the bottom of this mystery.
I'd say that's a full docket. Enough talk. Let's unfuck London.
I found a lead that may help us unravel more about Zero Day and the bombings we ate shit for. I've picked up an encrypted signal from the Tone conference site that's been broadcasting on a loop since the night of the bombing. Go investigate. You might even get to try out that fancy new AR tech we stole. I mean, creatively shared. Feeling ready to fight?
Let's do it.
No one cares. Fuck you, you fucking pig cunt.
Please don't be dead.
Okay, sure.
It feels wrong behind here since it was abandoned. Knowing hundreds of people were hurt and died here.
This place is too suspect. No people, no construction, but all the security walking around?
Point taken. What am I looking for, Bobby?
Any kind of device or component that could still be emitting the signal. It seems to be coming from within the rubble. What the shit? This is it. The signal is coming from this spider-bot fragment. No indication yet who it belongs to.
Torn up, huh? What is that doing here, Buckley?
Difficult to say, but with an AR reconstruction, we may be able to see what happened to it and if it relates to the attack. Access data relays in the vicinity, and I can compile enough data to build the AR reconstruction. Perfect. 2 more data relays to go. One more data relay and I'll have it. just take the audio from this stream and the video from these 36 and... Got it. Go back to where you found that spider bot and I'll show you the AR reconstruction from the night of the explosion.
Copy.
CTOS-AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
You brought the payload? Fuck, think we'd go back for you? Don't trust the Kelly dog.
Kelly? Clan Kelly? Why would gangsters blow up our tech conference?
Looked to me like a handoff. The Kellys might just have been a supplier.
But who were they meeting? She didn't seem like one of their crew. You think she could be working with Zero then?
Well, don't just stand there. Keep looking.
Bagley, were you able to determine who was controlling the spider bot?
I've now fully decrypted the signal the spider bot is broadcasting. And while I cannot identify a specific user, it is a call code used by the Metropolitan Police Service. The police were watching. The plot thickens. The reconstruction continues behind that rubble.
Excellent. I trust you have some sort of quantum tunnel for me for jump through, Bagley.
Quantum tunnel technology is at least 10 years away, but spider bots and drones are here today. You could try one of those if you don't feel like waiting.
Good idea.
Why don't you aim those human eyeballs of yours at the van's cargo?
Copy.
RDX nitrogen, and the exact same detonator system like the bombs that were planted at Parliament.
That's Zero Day's signature.
Damn, hurry. Got order delivery.
So you were hired to supply all the targets? Shut it, we're all on need to know.
So, Zero Day was effectively using subcontractors to pull off their bombings.
That's certainly one way to pull off a massive coordinated attack while remaining anonymous. Zero Day needed manpower and resources, but they needed them at an arm's length. And it doesn't take the world's greatest AI detective to see that both Clan Kelly and Albion benefited in the aftermath. Unfortunately, this is the most we can get out of the AR reconstruction, but if we could find the mystery officer who was spying through the spider bot, maybe they could tell us more. Tracing the Spiderbot serial number, it was assigned to New Scotland Yard 3 years ago. Perhaps more information about its user or its assignment will be available at the station.
It's hard to believe the police would have been tracking the real bombers and not saying anything about it to the public.
The only way to know for sure is to investigate New Scotland Yard.
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled. Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now.
Lord have mercy. Looks like Albion's running the station.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatized goon squad, just take your business across the street.
I never would have thought I would have longed for normal conflicts between police and citizens.
Not Not to worry. The only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spider-Bot will be further in.
Buckley, is that the same Spider-Bot?
According to the serial numbers, this matches a piece of Spider-Bot from the Tone bombing site.
Any chance it can ID the last user?
Navigate the Spider-Bot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
I'm onto it.
That opening right there looks like a good exit point. Right, get comfy. This Spider-Bot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. That's Dalton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now. Buggery fuck, would you look at all this junk? You'll have to jump your way across to get to the next vent opening.
What the heck? What? Oh, it's finally the new year. Oh, is it? Oh, it's 12 a.m. Let's go.
If the police could handle their job, Albion wouldn't be necessary. But they can't. The Crime Boss is a perfect example. Like lazy, overpaid cops who see the skill. Well, they're not civilians, rather.
You're almost there. Make your way through this last bent path.
Oh.
I got it.
Scanning Spiderbot and accessing its internal drives. While I'm analysing this data, you should make yourself scarce. Unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatised police force why you've broken into the station.
All right.
The Spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
Secret location? That's interesting. We should go and find out what we can.
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates.
What the hell was that?
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled. Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled. Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled.
Bagley, is there any way in here?
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside. The GPS history of the Spiderbot we recovered regularly pings these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
Seems like an appropriate spot for a clandestine group to meet and plan an attack.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
My, there's a fully equipped secret bunker down here. Looks like an off-the-books cop shop.
Well, if Albion was stopping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
Whatever they're working on, let them to the tour and bombing somehow.
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
Information is power and all that.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former Inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved. And they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book. Going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I? Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So, Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry, but I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
Strange bedful. I'll be on a clank. But if you think about it, maybe not so strange.
It seems like 0 Days Web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
People are literally being kidnapped off the streets. We have to do something.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
This Albion Clan Kelly business leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And if Caitlin Lau's right, then this little nugget jumps to the front of the queue. We have reason to believe a former DedSec operative may still be alive, but missing inside the EPC.
Angel Lopez, not London-born, but I won't hold that against him, unlike some others.
Looks like Angel got caught up in the immigration roundup, which, ironically, may be the only reason he escaped 0 Days DedSec purge.
Anti-immigrant sentiment has grown in London since the bombings. Albion fuels it. It allows them to send anyone they want to their brutal refugee camp.
We need to find Angel before they discover he's DedSec. This is kind of personal team. But finding his trail might just shed some light on the Albion Clan Kelly connection.
Damn. If he's here in the country, we have a chance of finding him at least. But at the EPC, lad knows what is happening to him over there.
I've sent the details to your device and advised our contact at the EPC. They can get you inside.
I found an Albion guard. If we turn them on our side, imagine the access we can have.
Initiate search protocol.
All units, I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area. Over.
Move into the hostile's location.
Target is long gone. Disengage. Over and out.
We're being contacted by our potential recruit. Patching them through now.
I don't know how to repair you.
Now, I'm not saying you're ours, but if you're giant dead sick, we'll call it even.
Yeah, why not? I'm in.
Possible hostile at your location.
Moving inbound to hostile.
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled.
Negative. No sign of the target yet. Control, add suspect to the most wanted list. Over.
So, I've delved more into Caitlin Lau's investigation, and an enormous number of missing person cases center around the EPC. The inspector was definitely onto something.
Let's find our contact. Albion's not gonna hesitate to hurt Angel if they find out he's dead sick.
Security malfunction.
summons. I've already taken care of your entry. Get you in quick and quiet.
This is off the record, right? I don't need them knowing we're here.
No worries, I'll spoof. Now come meet me on the rooftop. The only place here that doesn't smell like piss. Got some info for you.
The European Processing Centre. It processes deportees by stacking them up in squalid conditions and forgetting about them. But hey, it's to protect London, right?
You don't strike me as the kind of person who waits for someone to come save them. You ready to fight for freedom?
Dead sick, then. Good. Help me destroy my life's work.
Wait, what?
I used to work in a pharmaceutical lab. Then one day, my boss stole all my research and sold it to bloody Albion. Word is, they're running tests in some secret military lab.
So much for personal space. I hate those couples. You're very strict. Gonna be on telly. You know what?
What's going on here?
This place is worse than a prison camp. Every day I see people come through here, torn from their homes and their families. But I'd rather stay and keep an eye on things. Maybe help out once in a while, like now.
This is all so wrong. How is the government gonna go on treating people like animals? You could disappear and no one even notice.
Yeah, well, people have been disappearing. Records say they have been processed, but it doesn't add up. No one ever properly leaves. And with the Kellys prowling around like fucking hyenas, I am not too optimistic about the people slipping through the cracks.
As expected, if there's trouble, that damn Mary Kelly has to be involved.
Truth. Now, about your missing guy. The best place to start would be the EPC database. They keep a record of everyone that comes in. And be careful.
pushing the location of the EPC database on your optic. There will be a database here that we can search for evidence on Angel Lopez.
Trust me, you're better off.
Standard quadrant search. Go.
All clear. Moving on.
Go on, Bagley. Tell me you found something.
I have. His file has been deleted from the main database, along with hundreds of others. Still very detailed. Even when committing crimes against humanity, the government doesn't skip on paperwork. Here is a recording labelled Exit Interview.
You know what we do with terrorists, Lopez? Don't go pissing me off by denying anything. We know you're with DedSec. You think you were picked up on some random sweep? Not a fucking chance. Nothing to say. Well, this is not going to go well for you then, because I want information. The rest of your cell, where are they? I want names, places, everything you've got.
You think I'm daft? I spill everything I know and what? You let me go? I'm not talking. I know how this ends.
Oh, I don't think you do. I'm going to throw you to the wolves. The Kellys have an interesting way of disposing with problems.
You think I'm scared of some fucking thugs? Of winding up floating in the dams? Fuck you.
You're too pretty for that, mate. First, they'll peddle you. For dosh, right? Then, when you're used up, they're going to chop you up and send the pieces to the four corners.
I can take whatever you've got.
I almost feel sorry for you. Get him to the bloody clinic, then.
Shit. They knew he was DedSec the whole time. This doesn't look good for Angel.
The clinic keeps government service hours, which means it's closed. We'll have to find Angel the old-fashioned way and hack their CTOS hub. Deportation limbo, horrible living conditions, unexplained disappearances. It's almost as if the media are deliberately ignoring the situation here in favour of... Oh, look here, Beatrice Stokely, 89, recently took up kickboxing to fill up her days. Fascinating. If the EPC is a typical example of how humans treat each other, I'd say a benevolent AI overlord is a step up, wouldn't you?
Are you done, Bugs?
I have reconstructed an AR scene of Angel's examination. You can view it inside the clinic.
Nice work.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
Let's make a deal, yeah? You know people outside. Maybe I can help you out. Just let me out of here.
Procedures, Mr. Lopez. We'll have you out of here in a minute or two.
Fuck, what was that?
Looks like an implant or something. We need to take a closer look.
Facial analysis matches for both. They're part of Mary Kelly's little pack. So, Inspector Lau was right after all. Clank Kelly and Albion are in bed together. What a shit orgy that would be. Microchips, coated with biocompatible glass to prevent rejection.
They put a microchip in his neck. But for what? Tracking? Behavior modification?
No, these are more sophisticated. If I had to guess, I would say they were designed to deliver a dose of some unknown compound. Not the kind of thing you find at your local corner shop. I could reconstruct the path he took if you want to see how this cliffhanger gets resolved.
Follow him. Let's hope he got away.
Fucker! Get him before he triggers! Fuck! He's getting away! Get after him!
Shit, they're catching up on him. Come on, Angel.
Fuckers!
Okay, he's gonna make it.
Fucked up! We don't have a match yet. She's gonna kill us.
No, it's fine. As long as he's not damaged, there'll be no waste. Demand's high with the new network.
Guess you're right. Let's tube him, get him in the van and out to the incinerator.
I wasn't expecting that. Looks like that chip wasn't just some ordinary tracker.
The chip must have been triggered. I know the situation looks bad, but we need definitive proof of what happened to Angel.
We need to find him, see what they did to him, and what that fucking microchip is all about.
Seems like advanced technology for Mary Kelly and her band of thugs to be waving around. Could Mary be part of a scary dark web hacker group like, say, oh, I don't know, pick one, 0 Day?
Interesting theory, Bagley, but hold your investigation algorithms for the moment, will you? Angel needs us.
The incinerator they mentioned is probably the Southwark incinerator. It's practically right round the corner.
We got a street artist here. Could be good for our image, you know. You don't strike me as the kind of person who waits for someone to come save them. You ready to fight for freedom?
Fuck me, dead sec. All right, maybe you could help. Got myself in a bit of trouble.
Doesn't matter who I'm with if I'm here to help. So, talk to me.
These Clan Kelly guys, they've gone too bloody far. They tossed a Molotov through my mate's window because he wouldn't pay protection money.
I'm really sorry to hear about that.
We got cam footage that shows the two that did the throwing. But the police won't do, like, anything.
If we can't rely on the people, we'll have to trust in ourselves. Justice will be done.
It's worth a go. You help me with this, and I'll do whatever you want. I'll repay my debts. What's your problem?
I just hope in trying to save our lives, we don't lose our humanity. Damn. So this is where Kelly's body, Angel? Nasty place.
Now, keep your chin up. We'll find him. There's a camera network that might have caught where they took him.
Wait.
Let's hurry and access that network, shall we?
What's that smell? You're close. They can actually get him, or make a blueprint of him. It's on UB Club. Do you know how to go on Ubisoft Club? Pause your game, and then go into Ubisoft Connect. I know, I'm clearing a Kane Kelly place. One.
I've gone over the captured footage. I was able to follow Mr. Lopez down to the cellar, but then I ran out of cameras. Not a problem you often have in London.
That's our move then.
Yeah. Or we have to go into the basement.
My oh my, deadbolt trumps technology. The door is sealed, but this rubbish chute might do. It either leads to the cellar or your grisly death. Or both, I suppose.
Wonderful.
I don't know if I want to do this mission. You just look around town. There's only 5 fight clubs and they're pretty fun to do. Oh shoot. No. They are fun though.
All right then. Come on out. I'm not gonna cut you. Well, it's over here. Thanks for the distraction. Gave me the second I needed to take care of this filth.
Are you all right? He was about to perform some kind of surgery, wasn't he?
He was. I'm fine. I just need a second to catch my breath and find my files.
Well, you're Caitlin Lowe, a police inspector if I'm not mistaken. We found your video logs. You went after Mary Kelly on your own. That is very brave.
Wasn't always on my own. Who the hell are... You're dead sick, aren't you? You tracked me to the slaughterhouse.
Not quite. A friend of ours disappeared from the EPC, and the clues led here. I can't believe this is where all the missing people went. This is monstrous.
Then I'm sorry. I don't think there's much hope for finding him alive. The Kellys have got a sick little operation going. A kind of human organ black market. I've been investigating them for months. And they got my fucking files. God, I feel like shit.
You need for rest. I'm going to call someone from DedSec to take you somewhere where you can recover. Meanwhile, I'll find Angel and your files. Sounds like they're essential.
Everything I've gathered on Mary Kelly. Almost enough to take her down.
Good. I hope this means we can work together, Inspector. After this, DedSec officially has taken interest in Mary Kelly.
All right, an operative is on their way to escort Inspector Lau. So, let's find Angel and Inspector Lau's files.
I'll wait for your guy in here. And... thanks. For your help.
There's no doubt about it. This whole operation is meant to harvest organs. Clan Kelly's chopping off the parts they want and burning the leftovers.
And I bet none of them volunteered. Mary Kelly's evil knows no bounds. Freddie Ross. Their faces look so badly damaged that I can't tell them apart. Bagley, can you help?
Take a picture and I can run key details past various databases. Unfortunately, I must confirm that this is indeed Angel Lopez.
Shit. Angel. He knew the risks. I did too, but... never thought DedSec would get caught up in this. Mary Kelly is preying on London's most vulnerable. She's a fucking monster. Taking her out needs to be a DedSec priority.
Now we need to find Caitlin Lau's case files on Mary Kelly and see if my conjecture may be correct. Could Mary Kelly be in Zero Day?
Anyone else want some of this?
Well done, you got the files. The inspector will be impressed. Now get out of here before someone decides to turn you into minced meat. Chop chop.
No kidding.
DedSec? Caitlin Lau here. I wanted to thank you. I'd be nothing but an anatomy lesson by now. Or a pile of ashes.
You'll be happy to know that Inspector Lau has been escorted to a nearby refuge and is getting her wounds treated.
I'll be fine. Still a little flighty from whatever they gave me. And frankly, a little stunned that we've joined forces.
Sure, yeah, I get that. You've probably even got a file on us, right? But if teaming up helps us stop Clan Kelly, that's what matters.
Exactly. You have an organization, I have information, and some backing from powerful people. Pool our resources, and we might just take her down. Mary Kelly's no petty criminal.
Hey, Box. Call up the whole team. We need to go through these files and come up with a plan.
I'll sync with Inspector Lau and prepare a briefing. I've heard from Inspector Lau. We're ready for the briefing. Mary Kelly heads up the most powerful crime family in London, Clan Kelly, which should at least be easy to remember.
Under her old man, they were a bit player. Then he died, and her rivals started disappearing. Her enemies, her friends, her family. They call her Bloody Mary for a reason.
Early on, Mary abandoned cash in favor of cryptocurrency and brought the Kellys' criminal business online.
It makes weapons smuggling, drug running, money laundering all a lot easier without a cash trail. The woman single-handedly modernized organized crime in London. She considers herself to be untouchable. Case in point, from my files you retrieved. Darla Covington, 19. Sasha Haddad, 28. Radek Stokovich, 24. All disappeared.
It's difficult to find good help these days, isn't it, love? Most people, they ain't driven. Not like you. Because they feel worthless, don't they? The way that the world is, how it uses people. It's horrible. It's nice that you have a purpose. Oh, that'll be me, love.
We aren't finished here.
This was a courtesy. Oh, give my regards to their families. It's horrible losing someone you love. Nice meeting you, Katie.
As you can see, she'll never respond to interrogation. But there is one place she feels comfortable talking. The Sandstone residence.
Inspector Lau thinks a police bug in the Kellys' headquarters may have the evidence she needs to finally convict Bloody Mary.
Sandstone is their center of operations. I know the data on that bug will take her down. Get it for me, and I swear I'll put her away forever.
Pushing the coordinates to your optics.
Sabine here, Inspector Lau. I'm curious how you think you can bring Mary Kelly to justice now, with no backing. Even before Albion took over policing, you couldn't lock her up. And she goes on treating humans like cattle.
I had to work within the system. Yes, it was corrupt. I knew it. I just didn't know how bad it was. I thought a strong enough case couldn't be buried.
That's a nice idea, but you have to know it sounds naive. What makes you think that this time will be different?
Because I'm taking it to a contact in the Attorney General's office. An honest solicitor with a hard-on for organized crime, specifically for Mary Kelly. Look, our methods may differ, but I want to help those people as much as you do.
All right. But however this goes down, there's no way we're letting Mary slip the net again. That's not how DedSec does things. Let's get to Sandstone.
Got a potential recruit for you. I'll mark them on your map. Security here is state-of-the-art, quite impenetrable. Unless, of course, you flew a drone through the window one of Mary's mouth breathers left open.
The recording device is in her security room.
Getting there should be a simple matter of navigating the vents.
What the fuck?
She's using these people as house servants, against their will.
Horrible in itself, but a million times worse knowing they end up as unwilling organ donors.
Please, I need help.
Fucking idiot. Do you piss everyone off the way you're pissing me off, you wanker? Stupid git.
That's it. Let's see what kind of recording we've got on her. Just look at this place. This is what comes of old crooked money. The Kelly family has been profiting from people's misery for a long time. She's got this shit all over the manor.
So you've been in there before? Is that how you ended up in the basement of the Southwark incinerator?
We needed something incriminating, so we decided someone had to get in here and plant a bug. I wasn't going to assign someone else to do that. You saw how Mary uses the people she grabs out of the EPC, and the staff's uniform's not hard to mimic, so I went in. What I didn't know was that she had intel on our investigation, my team. I thought going off book would stop the leaks, but she still knew we were coming. She tortured me for the names of my team, tried to break me, but cops don't give up cops. Turned out she already knew the whole unit and put hits out on them. The woman is a mind fucker.
You're probably moments away from getting one of those chips yourself when we found you.
That's how I ended up on that butcher's table. So many reasons to want to rid the world of her, but it wouldn't be enough to just put one in her brain. My mates died trying to bring her to justice. I have to honor that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the state of you. Look what you've done to yourself after everything I've done for you.
You made me a slave. All of us. Please, let me go. Take this thing out.
Back to your old life. Back to nothing. Back to you 2.5 screaming blighters in your dead-end job and sucking off the dole. You don't want that, love. This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I? And this kitchen knife, that won't do it, love. Cutting yourself affects my bottom line.
I can't live like this anymore.
No. You're all right there. It's all right, sweetheart, because I have another use for you. Ooh, paying attention, are we? Good. Be sure and spread the word. You know where this one goes. Get these two and all the others over to their venue and ready for the sale.
Right away, Ma'am. Also, the foreign investors have already landed and the drones are programmed, ready to deliver the invitations and the coordinates to all the guests.
Is that initiative I'm smelling, Peter? Initiative can be a dangerous thing. Can be misinterpreted. For fuck's sake.
This is insane. How did Mary get her hands on this kind of tech? It takes a sick mind to come up with killer microchips.
Perhaps a disease mind, but definitely an ingenious one. Perfect site profile for a group like Zero Day, wouldn't you say?
Her affiliations aren't my priority, Bagley. She's keeping these people enslaved. And it sounds as if she's selling them. This is huge.
So that's what the chip does. The second you do something they not like, they murder you and sell all your insides.
DedSec, we'll have to crash that slave auction. Get all the information we can out of there. The location will be on the invitations. She hasn't sent out the invitation yet, but when she does...
Bagley, monitor the drone networks. Give us a heads up when Mary sends out her fleet. Until then, I reckon we're in a holding pattern.
I'll get in touch if I hear about anything else that might interest you. Cheers, DedSec.
I'm not bragging, but I think I'm doing pretty damn good fighting with DedSec.
You wouldn't have been recruited if DedSec thought you'd be killed that easily.
Thank you, sir. I think.
You'll get used to Bagley's mannerisms. I think you did quite well.
Since we're waiting for our cordial invitation to Mary Kelly's tasteless theme party, we can finally get back to what really matters, solving the mystery of Zero Day. Who are they, and why did they frame DedSec for the bombings?
What do you have, Bagley?
Glad you asked. Today, the great AI detective has two leads for his dog's body politic. Obviously, Albion needs looking into, but I also have a more unusual thread for you to pull on. There's a new hacktivist group on the dark web scene called the 404. But instead of being in it for the lulz, this lot seems to be in it for the brutal reshaping of society by any means necessary. Sound like anyone you know?
Looks like I have some options then.
I've marked both on your optic. Got a potential recruit for you. I'll mark them on your map.
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled.
What do you do now, Reese? You wanna play a game together? You can play Far Cry. I don't really care what we play. What? Well, I'd rather us play together, bro.
The holidays are coming, but Toyotathon's already here with great year-end deals for that special summer. Trust me, these were...
Last week saw the release of the latest game in the Watch Dogs series. Taking place in London, Watch Dogs Legion sees you try to free the boroughs of London and wrestle control from the evil Gold Corporation. Now, in typical Ubisoft fashion, Watch Dogs Legion also comes jam-packed with Easter eggs. So, join me today as we take a look at 20 Easter eggs, secrets, or references found in Watch Dogs Legion. Now, of course, I'm not perfect, because so are most regular creatures. Anyway, welcome to their other games. This is from the well after successfully disarming the truck. So up next are a couple of references to the Assassin's Creed series. During the Gap in the Armor mission, you'll have to disarm a booby-trapped apartment. Well after successfully disarming the traps, you can do this. So the pose whilst jumping and the eagle screech to go along with it are a reference to the leap of faith from the Assassin's Creed series. The less said about the horror effect, the better. That's actually not the only leap of faith reference in Watch Dogs Legion. If you head to this location on the map, you can find this. splatters on the floor, I think it's safe to say things didn't go as planned. Oh, and I've seen a few people claim that the red shoes found at the scene may be a nod to Faith from Mirror's Edge, who wore red shoes in the game. I personally don't think they are a reference. I mean, the shoes are a completely different style for a start, but I thought I'd mention them just in case. Finally, there is another small reference to the Assassin's Creed series found on the in-game stock market, with Abstergo shares being listed. So that about does it for Easter eggs from other Ubisoft games. Now let's take some references to previous games in the Watch Dogs series. First up, at this location on the map, you can find this.
Look at me. Marcus, look at me.
What the heck?
Look at Mom did to me.
So the cat in a boat Easter egg is a pretty common sight in Ubisoft games, having featured originally in Assassin's Creed Unity before also appearing in Watch Dogs 2. Apparently, it's a certain artist at Ubisoft who adds the odd Easter egg into the games that she works on, but I couldn't find any.
I've spent about 14 years being self-conscious about my smile, and I knew it was time to do something about it. As a group
Articles to confirm. Speaking of the cats, if you head to this location on the map, you can find this. So it's a cat location, but that's not all. In the room is a map with several prints on it, which seems to indicate the location of the cats. I sent the map across to fellow Easter egg hunter Garvin, the cats. Up next, the cats. Up next, the Wrench, a character from Watch Dogs 2. I think it's head to this area and wait till 2 a.m. This will happen.
How do I sign into my Up by
And a bit
Soft?
of mystery solving, so I'll leave a link in the
Marcus,
description to a full
how
video
do I sign
guide
on
for
to my
those
Up by
that are
Soft?
interested. Anyway, this is default.
What? How do I sign on to the Up by
At the very
Soft?
least mentioned in both
Ubisoft?
1 and Watch Dogs 2, and was a DJ.
Don't you already have account?
He's presumed dead following the events of Watch Dogs 1, but it was never actually confirmed if he died. Either defaults in London, or we have a copycat on our hands. Up next is another Easter egg that Ubisoft have used in their games in the past, but at least it's not a reference to one of their own games. At this location on the map, you can find this. So whilst technically not a sword in a bonfire, this is a reference to the bonfires from Dark Souls. So we've already found multiple cat locations in this video, but it turns out that cats aren't the only hidden oddities found in Watch Dogs Legion. First up, at this location on the map, you can find this.
Make part of this
So a group of the Queen's Guard figures hidden onto the tower.
When do you want to watch Mr. Iglesias?
Is this where they can be seen hidden behind the generator? I'm not sure what the meaning behind the figures are,
Go away.
or if there even is any meaning. Your theories are welcome in the comments, along with any other locations you found these things. The soap you shower with? Because I'll let you in on a little industry. Next is probably my favourite Easter egg in the game. I doubt a lot of people who have played Watch Dogs Legion have driven the Bogan 25. I mean, it's not the most visually appealing car in the game, looking more like Mr. Bean's car than a car a member of the Rebellion would drive. Well, if you do manage to find a Bogan 25 and hold the horn button down, this may happen. So that was God Save the Queen, the national anthem of the United Kingdom. I'm not sure if this happens with all Bogan 25s, so it may take a couple of tries to find. Perhaps now you'll give the Bogan 25 a chance. Up next is a very small movie reference that can be heard when recruiting a character.
We got you the evidence you need. The police won't be able to ignore it, no matter how neutered they are.
Unbelievable. You actually did it.
You want in? Go on. Take the red pill. Join DedSec.
Hey? Yeah. All right.
So the red pill that's mentioned is a reference to this scene from The Matrix.
Red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Whilst we're on the topic of big screen entertainment, let's take a look at a couple of potential references to the small screen. In the DedSec hideout, you can find this. So, a lot of people have said that this is a reference to the TARDIS from Doctor Who, if you're used to time travel in a police box. The thing is, police boxes were actually a common sight in the UK after being introduced in the 1920s. And there are even a few police boxes in use today. Personally, I feel like this isn't an Easter egg. It's only in the video because I'm certain people would say I missed it if I didn't include it. But I'm happy to hear your thoughts on it. The next potential I feel like this isn't an Easter egg. It's only in the video because I'm certain people would say I missed it if I didn't include it. But I'm happy to hear your thoughts. The next potential Doctor Who reference is a little more convincing. During the Inside Albion mission, you have to make your escape through the catacombs beneath the Tower of London. It's when exploring the dark and creepy catacombs you can find this. So this statue changed the direction it's looking depending on the way you enter the room. This is possibly a reference to weeping angels from Doctor Who. To further add to this theory, if you listen closely, you can hear a woman weeping behind the statue. At this location, you can find this. So this room is a reference to Mr. MV, a streamer who used to speedrun Super Meat Boy, hence the picture above the monitor, which is a reference to Super Meat Boy. The writing on the wall reads, "The Room of the Old Man," something that Mr. MV refers to himself as. Also, if you're thrown from this hole, you can hear this.
That's it.
So unfortunately, I speak very little French, so if any of you could translate this to work out what it said, that would be awesome. So the final Easter egg for today's video can be found in what is perhaps the most disturbing mission in Watch Dogs Legion. During the Coming Home mission, you have to access Skye Larson's home. Beneath her expensive Westminster abode is an underground lab where Skye carried out her sick experiments. If you hack the datapads found in the lab, you will find 4 groups of binary code. When translated, they read, "Jared, thanks you for digging." Now I'm guessing that Jared is part of the development team that worked on Legion and left this message as an Easter egg for anyone curious enough to actually translate it. Let me know what you think. So that's it. That's 20 Easter egg secrets and references in Watch Dogs Legion. As mentioned, if you do know of any Easter eggs that I missed, then be sure to leave them in the comments or reach out to me on my social media accounts. Remember, if you are a fan of Easter egg secrets and small details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much.
Welcome back, everybody, to Watch Dogs Legion Episode 4. If you missed the beginning, go back. Watch how we relaunch DedSec and we start to recruit our own resistance. Last episode, we recruited a 60 or 70-year-old weapons expert. Yeah, she carries the Eagle, guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Share it around, drop a like. There's a playlist below if you want to watch it in its entirety. This is a full Watch Dogs Legion Let's Play. Alright, not really sure where we left off here, what we need to be doing, but we're gonna... Watch Dogs Legion. Welcome back, Kayakua. But it's going to be a wild ride. So if you guys are enjoying this series, whatever platform we are on, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, share it, drop a like, playlist below. If you guys want to be involved, then let's continue Watch Dogs Legion. Now we are our primary operative right now, which is our esports gamer James. But we've already got quite the crew. We've got Gabrielle, which we haven't used yet. We haven't used Harry. Well, we used her for just a second. We used Sakura. We did a whole mission with Brad Wong, who is for some reason looking like Stephanie, who is the one that is, she can't run, second. We used Sakura. We did a whole mission with Brad Wong, who is for some reason looking like Stephanie, who is the one that is, she can't run, she can't crouch. But we did a whole mission with her because she's a weapons expert and she has a Desert Eagle. We also used, I don't even know how to say it, Mr. Martins. How about we do that? But his AK wasn't as good as I thought it was. So we're going to stick with our boy James. He's the most consistent. We've got him upgraded with an Uzi, which actually, can we
Putting Mary Kelly on the back burner while she continues to destroy lives with those microchips, but for now, we've no choice.
Then perhaps it's time to have a closer look at the elephant in the room. Nigel Cass, billionaire warmonger and current CEO of our local horde of thugs, Albion PMC.
Cass certainly profited most from the bombings. We can inspire London to resist from now till forever, but it still won't break Albion's grip on the city. Not with Cass at the top.
I get that, but we're talking about donning a man in charge of the bloody PMC. That's got the whole of London in terror. What you want us to do, eh? Sneak in?
Bagley's come across a possible gap in Cass's armor. An ex-insider, ex-friend with an axe to grind. He'd be an asset if we can find and convince him to work with us. Come to the safe house. We'll talk it through.
Right, let's talk about Albion PMC, the only British organisation to successfully oppress more of the developing world than the British government, led by Nigel Cass, a man the partisan media calls a charismatic visionary, and Amnesty International calls a war criminal. Albion was given the key to the city to re-establish order following the bombings.
Well, that is convenient.
It is. So that's two reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him. Then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
It took some doing, but I've narrowed down the area where we're most likely to find Hamish Balaji. I've pushed the coordinates to your optic.
Decisiveness is hard. And here's the best part. Once this decision is made, no more will be required. Attention, a building-wide security sweep has been initiated due to document breach. Attention, a building-wide security sweep has been initiated due to document breach.
I warned you about that forgery. Your uniform will help. Don't Pelagi has been snooping into Albion's affairs. Quietly, of course, but I've been able to determine that most of his activity stems from this area.
Good. Let us go introduce ourselves.
Not so fast. Hamish isn't in, according to his home security. And before you get ideas, he's rigged his front door to a series of traps designed to delete all of his data and then your life. Not necessarily in that order.
My guy is proper paranoid, isn't it?
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat. Anyway, you should be able to connect to the local grid and use security cameras to disarm his traps.
Copy.
I believe the main interface is on the rooftop.
Bugs, what about them windows up there?
Sure, if you can get there. 3 options here. 1, use the window washing platform. 2, find a cargo drone. 3, give up, go home, and resolve to be a better person.
I'm onto it. Look at all these blood clot traps around here. How we get around them?
You could force the traps to unlock by rewiring the power.
I'm onto it.
Welcome to Claire and Present Danger, and welcome to fascist London. Don't let that boot on the back of your neck disturb you. In time, you'll barely feel it. We have to wake up, people. If there was a playbook for setting up a totalitarian police state, Albion would be most of the way through it and working on the epilogue. They certainly took advantage of the fallout from the bombings, didn't they? Preyed on the fears of the city government, too. They were only too happy to hand Nigel Cass the keys to the city. Wash the hands to the whole mess. The collar will only get tighter now, friends, unless we do something. We can't wait for someone else to fight back. We are the change.
Traps are disarmed. Now, if you go through the front door of the flat, it's much less likely you'll be killed.
Move one more muscle, Chief, and I'll blow the whole place with you in it.
Okay, let's just talk about this.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
No, more like anti-Albion.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
Wait! Killing me won't stop Albion. They know you're in London. You need to run now.
Fuck me. You're telling the truth, aren't you? Fucking hell, thought I was careful. Fucking idiot, Amish. Look, Cass is worse than you know.
We know. Why else you think I'm sticking my neck out?
Maybe, because Nigel Cass is paying you. That's how fucking mercs work.
You're scared, but we're on the same side. Cass is behind all this madness. He tried to kill us and we need your help to stop him.
Mate, you don't know shit. You have no idea what Cass is and what... Move! Fuck! An Albion squad's closing in on you. I guess you weren't lying about that part. Fuck, think. Shit, fine. Table it. I'll buy you some time. Just go. No!
Move it! Oh, hell.
Don't just stand there. Albion won't be fussy about who they shoot.
Jesus.
think all that excitement convinced our new friend Hamish that we need to work together to tackle Cass. He's willing to cooperate.
All right, Chief. That was a pretty slick escape. I believe you. So I'll say this. Nigel is planning something, and I don't think I could stop him on my own. If DedSec's everything I've heard, you'll help me.
We can help each other. There's a chance Cass had something to do with the bombings. What could he be planning that's worse than that?
No, that's not like him. Well, not exactly. See, Nigel's got to see himself as the hero. He's an arrogant twat, but he's not a cynic. Every place we go into, we would have some mad plan to fix all his problems. With robot police or automated crop fertilizing or some shit. Society was a technical problem. And people are just bugs in the software, you know? You work around them or you squash them. Sorry, Chief. I've got to switch proxy servers so they don't trace me. I'll hit you right back on voice. Listen, I've got an inside man, right? A contact in Albion. Says Nigel's got this big meeting happening at White Tower. He'll be talking about a major project he's got planned for London.
What we need is an insider on the team.
I've always wanted to be in on a caper. Okay, first things first. We'll need eyes on the impregnable target, so off you go. I'll crack on with assembling the right personnel to round out this ragtag bunch of misfits.
Ah, shit. Albion cybersecurity sniffing my proxy IP. Must have traced the detonator signal. I've got to deal with this.
Forget it, I'll go.
Let's make sure they're all right.
You're right, blood. I didn't need your help, you know. I had it all under control. Well, maybe not exactly, but I'm just not cut out to be a cop. What you need? I deliberately run up a huge debt so they can bring me in. After that, I introduce a virus to drain their funds. I failed to factor in their unpredictability or their violence. No shit, bruv. I tell you what, if you can upload the virus for me, we split the profits. Cool, I'm all over it.
Well, he's certainly entrepreneurial.
Want to know where to get a spy every single time in its location? Well, today I'm going to tell you guys where to do that. This is Lazy Bone, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today, I'm pretty sure some of you guys want to know, what is the location? Where can I go and find a spy? Now, some of you guys might be wondering, Laser, what is the point of me getting a spy again if I already unlocked one doing the mission? Well, remember, if you're running permadeath and you die as a spy, that's it. You can't get your spy back. He's dead. He's in heaven. Now, another reason would be, is let's say you got your spy and it's a female and you wanted a male, or you got a male and you wanted a female, it's going to give you an option to select that. Or maybe your character just ugly and you just want to change it to a better looking character. Well, today I'm going to tell you guys exactly where you're going to need to go and actually get a, the location of where to find a spy. It's going to give you a lot of access to get multiple spies if you guys want to just have like a spy army and watch some season. So without further ado, let's show you guys the location and how to get there. Also, towards the end of the video, I'm also going to play the story mission in case you guys haven't unlocked this, you can know how to spy just by playing the regular game. So let's go ahead and dive in and check out the location for the spy. So what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to head over to this location right here. This is actually makes perfect sense because the location of the spy is right next to the M16 building. Now, one thing that makes this actually pretty awesome is that it makes perfect sense that that's where you would find the spy, right? This is the actual location right here where you guys will be able to get one right here on the map. Now, one thing I want to recommend is you can do it two ways. Number one is just by walking around and trying to tag everything that's walking there. The best one is definitely picking up a drone, get the drone and just fly around until you find one. Usually this will take you between 5 to 10 minutes, and almost every single time and it makes perfect sense that that's where you would find the spy. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in and check out the location for the spy.
So what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to head over to this location right here. This is actually makes perfect sense because the location of the spy is right next to the M16 building. Now, one thing that makes this actually pretty awesome is that it makes perfect sense that that's where you would find the spy, right? This is the actual location right here where you guys will be able to get one right here on the map. Now, one thing I want to recommend is you can do it two ways. Number one is just by walking around and trying to tag everybody that's walking there. The best one is definitely picking up a drone, get the drone and just fly around until you find one. Usually this will take me between 5 to 10 minutes, and almost every single time you're able to, like, it regenerates. So you'll be able to get here one within 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna say 20 just because I don't want people to say like, I was here for 10 minutes and no one was there. I'm gonna say 5 to 10 minutes, pick up a drone, and you guys should be able to get a spy nonetheless. But there you guys have it. That is how you get a spy really fast in Watch Dogs Legions. Now, if you want to know how to get a hitman, check out my video on that. How to get fast ETO, check out my video on that. Also, how to get the secret mask. There's another secret mask that I'm working on. You're going to definitely check out that video. Let me know in the comment section. I really found this video helpful and informative. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'll talk to you guys later.
This is where our prospect's undocumented friend is being held.
Got it?
I started getting on earlier yesterday, Atlas, man. I tried to get on, but I was trying to finish up a couple of videos for the game, so we're almost pretty much done with the game now. This guy, I can take out.
The hostage is in here. Let's get him out. The path up to the top of the tower is treacherous. All crawl spaces are gantries. More suited to 6 mechanical legs than 2 human ones.
Sounds like a bit of fun.
Right, time to get him out.
I'm done with the stream.
I almost fell down on that one.